Now on CoastTV News.
We saw much needed rain across Delmarva since last evening and some storms as well, but that is beginning to wind down. We also had some storm damage. I'll look at rainfall amounts and the storm reports, plus nice weather to end the week coming up.
After the alert conditions, rain was still heavy at times, and we update the status of some of those power outages from the overnight storm.
Rehoboth Beach FOIA blunder. We're looking at the violation that happened during the hiring process of its new manager.
Putting a stop to speeding. That is the plan Dewey Beach is putting in place to keep drivers within the limits.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. It's Thursday, June 27th, 2024.
Yeah, it might have been a little rough overnight, Paige. We are looking to have a calmer Thursday. Calmer, everybody.
Calmer, yes, definitely. So, yes, you said earlier, too, I think, if it felt a little cooler this morning, too.
Oh, very noticeably cooler.
Yeah, not bad.
Either that or I was dripping yesterday with sweat. Yuck. I know, yuck
No, it's
description
okay.
there, but it was just hot in the afternoon.
We were all in that together for sure. So, a little bit of a cooler morning, but we're going to see if it stays cooler, not cool, cooler throughout the day. We're bringing in Bob now. Bob, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking a lot cooler today than yesterday. Yesterday was miserable in the 90s, and then we just couldn't wait for the rain to get here because it was hot into the evening. Then the rain came, and then so did some of the damaging winds near Salisbury and Ocean City. We'll take a look at more of those reports coming up, but a good soaking of rain. We had some thunder as well, but now the steady rain has moved away, and much of Sussex County has dried out. Ocean View maybe still a light shower for you back through Willards, Whaleyville, also a light shower, but this event is winding down. And we're looking at just cloudy skies across the eastern shore, maybe a sprinkle, still some heavier rain southern tip of Delmarva down into the Newport News area. Otherwise, we're looking at clouds to the west. A cold front is headed our way, and we're still in the clouds for a while. So the rain's going to end, but we're going to hang on to the clouds through much of the morning as temperatures are in the upper 60s around Ocean Pines, and for the rest of us into the low 70s. And eventually the winds will turn to the west once that cold front swings through. So still some lingering showers, maybe around 8 a.m., and then we're just into mostly cloudy skies. It will be a slow climb with the temperatures through the 70s, but once the sun comes out this afternoon, we're into the 80s, mid-80s, and those highs probably occurring after about 4 o'clock in a very nice, sunny and warm Thursday evening. And our UV index today is high, 7, burn time 20 minutes. We have a lot of clouds this morning. Then we'll get into that sun this afternoon, boosting up that level. We're in the very high range Friday, Saturday, and Monday. We got a little break Sunday with clouds and showers, so make sure you have the higher SPF sunscreen, midday shade, limit time outdoors, and avoid the sun late morning into early afternoon.
Thank you, Bob. While the heavier rain was hitting us around midnight, as Bob just showed us, there was still a good amount coming down after 2:30 this morning. This is what it looked like in the 5 Points area. You can see the roads looking slick near that new circle.
Yeah, then heading a little further south, about the same time there, it's what it looked like in Fenwick Island. As you can see, if you look in those corners with the light reflecting, you can definitely see the rain still coming down, making for a cautious situation on Coastal Highway. That storm did cause a number of power outages this morning. Delmarva Power reported over 150 customers without power in the Salisbury area. Our last check shows there are still about 12 outages, and power is estimated to be restored there by around 2 o'clock.
We have a developing situation in Rehoboth Beach. The Delaware Attorney General's office has found that the city violated the Freedom of Information Act during the hiring process of the man we just showed you, City Manager Taylour Tedder.
According to their decision, the city violated the act by discussing the city manager's contract and compensation package in an executive session, which is not open to the public.
According to the decision, public employees' compensation is a matter of public record, as it is well settled that citizens have a right to know how their servants are compensated with taxpayer monies. That is from the reading from the statement. And they also say in whatever form that compensation might take.
Yeah, the FOIA complaint was initially filed in mid-June by concerned people there who argued that the city charter requirements for this position were not fulfilled with Tedder's hire.
For months now, that pay package for Tedder, it's been a big talking point in Rehoboth Beach. So let's run this by you again. Tedder was awarded an annual salary of $250,000. He was given another $50,000 in moving expenses, and then there is a $750,000 housing loan that'll be forgiven if Tedder stays in the position for 7 years. Salary alone was $90,000 per year more than the previous city manager.
And now that the decision has been made, the question becomes, what happens next? So according to their decision, technically, any action taken at a meeting in violation may be voidable by the Court of Chancery. However, the decision cites the Delaware Court of Chancery, which considers that solution to be serious sanction, and they caution restraint. With that in mind, the Attorney General's office recommends Rehoboth commissioners discuss the city manager's contract, including the compensation package, and ratify the vote at a future meeting held in compliance with FOIA's open meeting requirements. The AG's office saying this meeting agenda must include time for public comment.
New this morning, a Wednesday fire. We're learning about this. It took place in Seaford, and it results in a person under the age of 18 injured from what is being referred to as severe burns. This was around noon at Colonial Gardens on Porter Street. The victim was flown by a Delaware State Police helicopter to a medical facility for treatment.
We now have another turn in the case of a teenager who was hit and killed in a hit-and-run crash in 2022. Gavin Knup's mother, Tiffany, is now being charged with embezzlement and theft. This is relating to funds missing from the Gavin Knupp Foundation. The foundation was created for scholarship opportunities. Worcester County Court documents, they list 9 charges against Knupp. According to those documents, Knupp embezzled a total of $12,625 between January 1st and December 29th of 2023. Documents continue to say Knupp said under oath that she had received permission from the foundation to use the funds for her personal lawyer in a 2023 contempt case. Knupp's attorney spoke in Ocean City Wednesday, saying they will be entering a plea of not guilty, likely to cancel their court appearance.
The bottom line, she's done everything the right way. She has followed every rule. She has attended to her board. She has attended to her foundation. And she's done nothing but care for others in the community despite the tremendous loss that she suffered.
Knupp's first court date is currently scheduled for July 23rd at the District Court for Worcester County.
Well, here's something that hasn't happened in 47 years. It was on Wednesday. The Delaware House of Representatives voted to override a veto made by the state's governor. This has to do with House Bill 282. Now, according to that bill's sponsor, Representative Paul Baumbach, it would improve the transparency and fairness in the state's selection of retiree health care plans. It revises the State Employee Benefit Committee requiring public decisions, in-person attendance by the chair or vice chair, and it does add retiree representation to the committee. The vote to override Governor John Carney's veto was unanimous in the House, and these changes are scheduled to go into effect on January 1st, 2025.
So get this, right now, Delaware State Police are asking for your help in identifying people who they say are stealing copper wires from irrigation systems. Officials say several farms in the Greenwood area and in Kent County have already been vandalized. Wires have been cut ranging anywhere from 50 feet to several hundred feet.
Developing news in Ocean Pines. The police department says it has received a number of calls about break-ins to cars that happened Tuesday night. So far, police say St. Martin's Lane and Windjammer Road, they are the 2 areas of the reported break-ins. Cash and personal items were taken from the cars that were left unlocked. So the police is asking people to lock their cars overnight and remove valuable items out of plain sight.
Putting a halt to speeding, Dewey Beach Police Chief saying there will be more officers enforcing speed limits. This all comes during Dewey's busy season, and coincidentally, just this past Monday, a multi-car collision on Route 1 just outside the Grotto Pizza on Reed Avenue. That one left an SUV overturned in the intersection. Locals we spoke with say they just want to see better driving behavior.
Fortunately, I don't think there's been anything terrible happen, but a lot of people like me going, whoa, slow down, you know.
And officers are also going to promote the proper use of crosswalks. All right, well, in just a few hours, the presumptive presidential nominees will be facing off. Both President Biden, former President Trump, they've been preparing for now the time. It's almost here.
2 men expected to spar on the economy, women's reproductive rights, and immigration. So they're big hot-button issues, Paige. And NBC's Alice Barr shows us how voters are reacting to each candidate's stance on those topics that are driving the presidential election.
In the final hours before tonight's highly anticipated face-off, President Biden and former President Trump fine-tuning their talking points. The former president's likely centered on immigration and the economy, previewed in a call-in to a campaign event with black businessmen.
Inflation is a disaster. It's killing the black community, and it's killing the country.
President Biden expected to focus on reproductive rights and threats to democracy. Both candidates hoping to break through with voters who are skeptical of both, so-called double haters, making up nearly a quarter of the electorate.
I'm Undecided on both of them because, like, I don't really like what they're talking about doing.
The debate offers a potential pivot point, with a new poll finding 6 in 10 Americans plan to watch.
For a lot of these undecided voters, Biden and Trump are the same old, same old. They want to hear something new.
To ensure voters can hear where the two men stand on the issues, mics will be muted while the other candidate is speaking, and there will be no live studio audience, something the Trump campaign agreed to, but the former president now complains will mean a sterile, dead room. The Biden campaign setting up a war room to blast out fact checks during the 90-minute primetime showdown.
In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
And coming up, making merchants pay more. We'll tell you why Rehoboth Beach City Commissioners could approve a fee increase for businesses in the city.
Also ahead, practicing water preservation, why communities across Delmarva are urging locals to cut down on water usage, and the rules put in place to help you do just that.
And brush fire blaze will tell you what is believed to be the cause of this fire at a boat ramp in Millsboro. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Do you want to live a healthier, happier life? It's time to start with what's on your plate. Good nutrition is the foundation of a healthy lifestyle. Choosing whole, unprocessed foods can reduce your risk of chronic diseases, boost your energy, and improve your mental clarity. Eating a balanced diet can also help you improve your immune system. It's time to make healthy eating a part of your daily routine. With small changes in your diet, you can achieve big changes in your life. Start today and enjoy the benefits of a healthier you. So let's get healthy, Sussex.
Jeep lovers, get ready for the Summer Jeep Fest at Pohanka Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get incredible discounts on every remaining 2023 model in stock, like over $10,000 in lease incentives or 20% below MSRP, and no payments for 90 days. There will be Jeeps galore, food trucks, fire trucks, and fun for the whole family. Make this the summer event you don't miss. It's all happening this Saturday. It's the Summer Jeep Fest at Pohanka Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Salisbury.
My baby drives a Pohanka.
Bring your blankets and lawn chairs to Red, White, and Boom. A free community fireworks celebration at James M. Bennett High in Salisbury. Enjoy food vendors, entertainment for the entire family, and of course, one of Delmarva's most spectacular fireworks shows. Fireworks begin at 9:15. And listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 for a special presentation during the fireworks display. For more information, go to coastcountry.com.
Aloha and congratulations to Tina Marzek, who won Draper Media's Pick Your Trip contest, sponsored by Alpha Roofing and Siding. Tina chose a trip to Hawaii. Special thanks to Suicide Bridge Restaurant for hosting our party. Food, swag, we even had a costume contest. Keep listening to your favorite Draper Media radio station for more chances for locals to win.
6:13 on a Thursday morning. That was originally pretty rainy, but beginning to dry out. Boardwalk Plaza Cam, we've got some activity out there beginning to dry out. You see the skies brightening, and the real heavy rain is now pushing offshore. Still some light showers from Lewis down to Ocean Pines, but they're beginning to diminish as that heavier rain is moving offshore. Now it's just mainly cloudy skies, maybe a few sprinkles here and there. We are seeing some heavier rain, southern tip of Delmarva into Norfolk. There is a cold front back to the west. We still have a lot of clouds to get through, so those clouds will be lingering for a while. Out the door this morning, we have temperatures in the 60s and 70s on the golf course. Wet greens this morning. I guess that would slow them down. That's my excuse for my fair putt this morning. I didn't read the greens right. 87 this afternoon, morning showers, and then those greens dry out. They get fast this afternoon. Enjoy.
Bob, you know your golf game. All right. We move on in preparing for possible driving delays in Milton. There will be overnight road work. It starts next week, July 1st. It could go until the end of the year. That's according to the councilwoman, Lee Rivas Plank. She says it will be in the area of Route 16, Route 113, and Route 1. This is strictly a nighttime project. Crews will work from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. The Indian River Volunteer Fire Company was called to help put out a brush fire Tuesday afternoon at the Massey's Landing boat ramp in Millsboro. We have some pictures of that. Take a look at your screen. You can see some of the damage right here. Now, officials believe that some nearby locals, they had a private pit fire going, and then that fire spread onto the bank. They were able to put that water out using a lot of water to saturate it to prevent it from spreading.
Some of the nation's highest earners say that they are concerned about their finances. That's according to a new survey that came out from the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. The findings show nearly 31% of those who make between $100,000 and $150,000 a year are concerned about making ends meet in the next 6 months. In order to deal with the financial stress, most consumers saying they're cutting discretionary spending. The biggest banks in the U.S. could be more vulnerable now compared to a year ago. That's according to the Federal Reserve's annual bank resilience test. The test took an extra layer of importance after the collapse of 3 U.S. banks last year. The current high interest rate environment has made it risky and costly for banks to make loans, which, as you know, can depress their profitability. Still ahead this morning, practicing water preservation. We're telling you the rules in Selbyville to cut down on water usage, and other Delmarva communities also concerned with their supply.
And the much-needed rain is winding down, but still lots of clouds on Laurel right now. And eventually the sun will come out a little bit later on today. And a nice end to the week, but a muggy weekend with some rain chances, especially Sunday. Forecast details after the break.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
When you take a chance can take you to unexpected places. Whoa. Bet Rivers and Delaware Park Casino. Feel the rush.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it. The expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water, or maybe into some hot water if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
The big issues: abortion, civil rights, healthcare. When Trump policies were attacking our rights, County Executive Matt Meyer fought back. Now Trump is promising a national abortion ban and huge cuts to healthcare coverage. Matt's healthcare plan will reduce costs, not coverage, by increasing competition on the exchange. And Matt's plan will protect women's access to abortion, always. So call Matt Meyer. Tell him you support his plans to protect Delaware values.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Transform your bath today with baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:18, and we're now showing you a live look at a cloudy Thursday morning in Lewis. That's at the Roosevelt Inlet there. And Bob, we've been talking about the rain overnight, but wind was also a big part of the story.
Yeah, Matt, you guys had mentioned earlier about some of the power outages around the Salisbury area due to some of those thunderstorms. We had wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. Some buoys in Chesapeake Bay were talking about wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, but strong enough winds to cause damage in Hebron. We had sporadic damage between Hebron and northern Salisbury, a few trees down there. And then around the Salisbury area, law enforcement reported a tree down across the intersection of Merritt Mill Road and Old Ocean City Road there. And then a little farther east, west of Pittsville, you had power lines reported down there near Parsonburg. So a little rough going. And then farther to the north and east into Frankfort, we had a tree down on wires. So use extra caution this morning. Watch for some debris on the road and some puddles because we had some much needed rain, a little shy of 1.5 inches in Bethany Beach, Delmar, 1.25 inches, 1.19 in Dagsboro, with a little over 0.6 in Harbison, Georgetown, 0.5 inch, and a little less than that is Seaford. So that was a good soaking. Great to see that rain, but now it's pretty much gone. Just mostly cloudy skies right now, even some brightening out there. Maybe a few light showers along the coast down to the Sinapunxet area. area. Eastern Shore is mainly cloudy, but still hanging on to some heavier showers and storms from Cape Charles down to the Bridge Tunnel into the Norfolk area. They're still looking at thunderstorms there, but those are moving to the east. And eventually everybody will start to dry out as we have a cold front here. You see the edge of the clouds is still well to our west and north near Pittsburgh and in the Ohio Valley, so it's going to take a while for us to get into the sunshine. But once we do, we're in good shape with high pressure building in. Will be a beautiful end to the week. Out the door this morning, temperatures in the 60s and low 70s, and the winds are light, eventually shifting to the west and northwest once that front comes through. Here's Futurecast at 6:30. Still some lingering showers, otherwise mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 70s. So temperatures slowly rise. We're not going to be seeing the blazing heat like we saw yesterday. By noon, some places around 80. Then the clouds really start to thin out after about 3 o'clock, and that's when temperatures start to really rise. Around 86 in Delmar and Seaford, mid-80s along the 113 corridor, and then 70s along the coast. And then through the overnight, we're looking at mostly clear skies, and the wind shift to the north and east as we go into Friday. A cool morning, and then tomorrow, many of us not getting out of the 70s with an easterly wind, but it will be a beautiful day, lower humidity and lots of sunshine. And then those winds start to turn to the south on Saturday, bringing in some moisture, maybe a stray shower, and much muggier conditions by the afternoon with highs into the 80s. Then on Sunday, maybe a better chance of showers into the afternoon and the evening hours, maybe lingering into early Monday before we clear it out and start to dry it out into early next week. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 87 with rain this morning and then sun this afternoon, and then 80 on your Friday. Then the weekend muggier, 87 on Saturday. It wouldn't cancel the plans. I think we could see a few showers, a better chance of storms on Sunday, 90, and then a gorgeous start to early next week with lower 80s and dry and warming up leading up to the 4th of July.
Thank you, Bob. It is summer, and that means dealing with the heat. We're just coming out of a dry stretch. Communities on Delmarva, they're asking people and even businesses to preserve their water as much as possible. In Millsboro, they're asking the people to keep their water use to a minimum. But luckily for one person that we found, he's got his own water supply, and he uses it at his own expense.
When it's hot like this and if you're using a lot of water, the pumps are running, they're overheating, you could burn a pump out. So, you can't just turn the city water on and just pay the bill. You got the maintenance that they don't have to deal with.
And a number of communities in Delaware and Maryland, they're hoping that the locals preserve their water until further notice.
And it's not just Millsboro. As we know, over in Selbyville, the town has implemented a code to conserve water there. If you want to water your lawn or use your sprinklers, you can only do that between 6 and 8 p.m. That rule is in effect until October 1st.
Brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what is the biggest challenge for you in conserving water?
All right, 38% of you say it's your lawn care. I get it. You want to take care of your lawns. 51% of you, the household use. I think that's me, because dishes, laundry, all that good stuff. Showering, you got to do that. 2% say the car wash. You're worried about your car. That's fine. 9%, we decided 9% was like slip and slides.
That was my guess.
Yeah, water balloons.
The baby pool.
The baby pool.
Which, if you're an adult, if you sit in that.
That's nice.
It could be refreshing.
It's not bad. Hey, my college days, that was
I know.
what I used to do.
Tell me about it.
All right, if you haven't voted yet, you still can. Go to coasttv.com or vote on our app.
Well, up next, making merchants pay more. That could be what happens in Rehoboth Beach if the commissioners there approve a fee increase. We have the reaction from those that could be affected. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Rules don't apply when it comes to designing your home or business's interior. At Mood Design Studio, we break away from typical design norms to craft one-of-a-kind spaces that belong on the pages of a magazine. Choose from a bold selection of exclusive wallpaper designs and fabrics, plus a curated selection of furniture, making any room a showstopper. Need guidance? We'll assist you in planning your space's scope and budget for a streamlined, stress-free experience. For a complimentary consultation, visit Mood Design Studio in Lewis today.
It's always a good time to protect and improve your home's value. At Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, our highly trained experts are dedicated to creating beautiful, durable floors at a fair, honest price. And most jobs are completed in just one day. Our multi-step process uses heavy-duty, high-precision equipment to create gorgeous floors that stand the test of time. 4 times stronger than epoxy and resistant to abrasions, chemicals, and UV damage. And all residential applications are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call to schedule your free estimate. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Introducing Signatures, the most unique restaurant and event venue at the beach, showcasing exceptional and stunning views of our golf course. Sit back with a local craft brew after your round at one of our indoor or outdoor bars. Meet up with your friends and enjoy a game of bocce by the fire pits, or play a game of golf, football, soccer, or any game of your choosing in our glass enclosed simulator. Open to the public in Bayside, Fenwick Island, Delaware.
This is the big moment here.
It is just a work of art.
Effortless grace.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, baby. Wow.
Oh, baby. Boy, was that good.
The style, the flow, she's got it all going for her right now. That's jaw-dropping. Incredible. Excellence and swagger.
I'm just sitting here in awe.
Back in March, Rehoboth Beach commissioners adopted the fiscal year 2025 budget. In order to generate more funding for the city, it was proposed that Rehoboth Beach commissioners look into increasing mercantile licensing fees to 20%. At a previous meeting, the city manager shared that during April and May 2024, revenue from mercantile license fees was $48.1 thousand, a little slight decrease from last year's $53,000. One shop worker in Rehoboth Beach says that these increases will only hurt the small shops.
We should be attracting year-round shops, whatever it is, and encourage small business, encourage minority businesses, and instead they're pricing everyone out. We're, at the beginning of summer and there are empty spaces, even for sale, stores for sale, just because, prices are too expensive. So it's a real shame.
At this time, Rehoboth Beach commissioners have not voted for the proposed fee increase in Rehoboth Beach. The city says these increases were necessary to ensure Rehoboth Beach has a highly functioning and appropriately sourced government.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is back with us. A bit cooler today. We're getting a little bit of a break from all the heat that we have, particularly if you're by the Atlantic Ocean and the Chesapeake Bay today.
Yes, and I'm sure a lot of folks are like, thank goodness. Enough of that heat for a while, and the rain did take the edge off that heat, guys. But we're still dealing with some clouds this morning at the beaches, Assateague and Chincoteague. Some clouds this morning, increasing sunshine into the afternoon. Around 80 for a high in Chincoteague, maybe slightly cooler in Assateague. And do watch out, the rip current threat is still moderate. Make sure you swim perpendicular to the shore out of that rip if you get into it. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, upper 70s and then lower 80s as we go into the areas farther to the north. Your bay forecast next 3 days for Cambridge, 87 today, back to 80 Friday, 87 on Saturday, getting muggy, and then Crisfield, 83 Thursday. Beautiful Friday, lower 80s and then mid 80s Saturday. The weekend not horrible, but looks like better rain chances too. So we need the rain, and we're getting some more on that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Bob. Also coming up after the break, a vote to override a veto. We're telling you about a new bill that facilitates transparency in state retiree health plans and more.
Also, Tedder controversy. We'll tell you what's next after the Delaware Attorney General ruled on a violation of FOIA by Rehoboth Beach.
And wild weather in Florida after rip currents killed 8 people. How experts say you can stay safe if you get caught in a rip current. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
Kickstart your summer with Gateway Subaru, where they have more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Get ready for adventure with a 2024 Subaru Outback or Subaru Forester with financing as low as 0.9%. Need more space? Go big with the 2024 Subaru Ascent with financing as low as 2.9%. Electrify your journey in a new 2024 Subaru Solterra with financing as low as 0%. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Day. Delmarva experts, local experts, right where you need them.
Taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
Now on Coast TV News.
We saw much needed rain across Delmarva since last evening. Also some storms that caused some damage. I'll look at the rainfall amounts and the storm reports, plus nice weather to end the week coming up.
Yeah, we're going to follow up on that. Storm takes out power. At one point, thousands of customers were impacted. We have the updates on the progress being made to restore electricity.
Debates tonight, the unique rules now in place for President Biden and former President Trump.
Compensation controversy in Rehoboth Beach. We have the ruling of a FOIA violation by the city that occurred during the hiring process of its new manager.
This is Coast TV News Today.
June 27th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. It's a great morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley.
Great morning. It's 6:31 on this Thursday morning, Friday Eve. It was sunny all day yesterday. During the day, I'm talking about. Yeah. We'll see the sun. We expect to see it later today. So if you're going to have a big rainstorm, great time to have it is at night.
I love it.
Particularly when you're sleeping.
Exactly. It was nice falling asleep to rain sounds. Even I'm okay with even being woken up by thunder.
Yeah.
It's nice. Do you feel that way? Some people don't like it.
Well, I don't like being woken up, period. Thunder, cats meowing, whatever. Cats walking on you.
I get that too. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys had a good night's sleep. And we'll bring in Bob now. Bob, did you sleep okay last night?
One eye open. You know, it's like the captain of a ship. You have to watch to see what's going on. But I heard the thunder, and nice to see that rain. And as Matt mentioned, it's great, beneficial to get that rain at night because then it moves out. You can have your daytime plans drier. And we had that heavy rain last night. This is the replay. We had the heavy rain, the thunderstorms, and some wind damage reports across Maryland and southern Delaware. I'll talk more about that later on. But the rain has moved out. Now it's just largely cloudy across Sussex County, back to the Ocean City area, maybe a few lingering showers in and around Salisbury, but the main event is over. Now we're just dealing with clouds, the heavier rain pushing out. There is a cold front back to the west, and we're still dealing with a lot of clouds. So the rain is moving out. Well, still some rain hanging on around Norfolk, back through the southern tip of Delmarva, but for us, the rain is done. Just some clouds the rest of the morning. Out the door, 69 in Ocean Pine, 70 Bethany Beach, 71 in Georgetown, a far cry from those 90s like we saw yesterday. That was just atrocious. So we're going to quiet down and cool down from that. Winds are calm now, but eventually they turn to the west behind the cold front, and lingering showers this morning will give way to just mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures slowly climbing through the 70s, lower 80s around the noon hour, and then you start to see more holes in the clouds, and then we're into the sunshine later today, and that's when we really start to warm up into the mid 80s and a little cooler at the coast and a beautiful evening on the way. But kind of a cloudy ferry ride up to Cape May, maybe a few peaks of sun, but the rain is over, but maybe bring the raincoat just in case for a few sprinkles, 70s to around 80 by noon as the winds shift to the northwest.
Thank you, Bob. So after the big boomers and intense rain, some areas still had a downpour. Here is Bethany Beach just before 3 a.m. Rain still heavy at that time there as we get a look off of Coastal Highway heading towards the boardwalk. The storm, it did cause a number of power outages. Right now, Delmarva Power, the big one is over 100 customers without power in the Salisbury area. I just checked with them, and Delmarva Power still reporting that they expect power to be restored there by 2 p.m.
8 people are dead after falling victim to rip currents in just a 4-day span. This happened off of Florida's east coast. Rip currents, powerful channels of water that move away from the shore. If you're trapped in one, experts say stay calm, try to signal a lifeguard, and NOAA suggests trying to float, swimming parallel to the shore and returning to the beach at an angle.
Delaware Attorney General's office has found that Rehoboth Beach did violate the Freedom of Information Act during the hiring process of this manager Taylour Tedder.
According to the decision, the city violated the act by discussing the city manager's contract and compensation package in an executive session, which is not open to the public.
According to the decision, quote, public employees' compensation is a matter of public record, as it is well settled that citizens have a right to know how their public servants are compensated with taxpayer monies in whatever form that compensation might take.
The FOIA complaint was initially filed in mid-June by concerned people there who argue that the city charter requirements for the position were not fulfilled with Tedder's hire. So now that this decision's been made, the question becomes, what happens next? We're going to walk you through it. According to this decision, technically, any action taken at a meeting in violation may be voidable by the Court of Chancery. However, the decision cites the Delaware Court of Chancery considers that solution to be a serious sanction, and they caution restraint. With that in mind, the Attorney General's office recommends Rehoboth commissioners discuss the city manager's contract, including the compensation package, and ratify the vote at a future meeting held in compliance with FOIA's open meeting requirements. The AG's office saying this meeting agenda must include time for public comment.
Check this out. We have something that hasn't happened in 47 years. It was on Wednesday. The Delaware House of Representatives voted to override a veto by the state's governor. This has to do with House Bill 282. According to the bill's sponsor, Representative Paul Baumbach, the bill improves the transparency and fairness in the state's selection of retiree health care plans. It revises the State Employee Benefits Committee. It requires public decisions in person attendance by the chair or vice chair and more public information, and adds retiree representation to the committee. The vote to override the veto, it was unanimous in the House, both Democrats and Republicans. And these changes are scheduled to go into effect on January 1st, 2025.
Just a few hours, the two presumptive presidential nominees will be facing off at this election cycle's first presidential debate. We're going to remind you of the rules because they're different this year. The first of two debates will be 90 minutes. Microphones will be muted. There will be no live studio audience. Moderators include Jake Tepper and Dana Bash.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, making marijuana safe for banks. We're telling you the protections Delaware is rolling out for banks providing financial services to marijuana businesses.
Also, win or go home in Little League Baseball, the big matchup involving Delmarva and West Salisbury.
And a playground project, how much a major makeover for this playground in Lewis will cost, and why one parent thinks it could help keep kids healthy. Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Pohanka Ford of Salisbury says it's time to get more at the shore. Get more for your money with financing as low as 0% for 60 months on a new Ford Edge. Get more discounts, as much as over $10,000 off MSRP on this new F-150 pickup. And our $2,000 discount brings the sale price on this new Escape to only $28,904. So come into Pohanka Ford of Salisbury this week and get more at the shore.
My baby drives a Pohanka.
Join Salisbury PFLAG and Salisbury Allies to celebrate kindness, love, diversity, and inclusion at the Salisbury Pride Festival and Parade, Saturday, June 29th in downtown Salisbury. Enjoy entertainment, exhibits, food, drinks, performances of an eclectic lineup of local talent, and more. Plus, join renowned drag queen, cabaret performer, and Grand Marshal Magnolia Applebottom for the parade that kicks off at 3 p.m. Visit SalisburyPrideParade.com for more info.
6:39 on our cloudy Thursday morning. The steady rain has moved offshore, telling Razor Cam 70 in Lewis as we see a boat departing Roosevelt Inlet. We had the steady to heavy rain overnight with the storm as that is now pretty much gone. Just a few sprinkles out there in Sussex County, otherwise cloudy. Maybe a few more showers still hanging on around Salisbury into Maryland, and the eastern shore right now is mainly cloudy, but still heavier rain south. If you're traveling to the bridge tunnel back into Norfolk and northeast North Carolina, they're seeing some heavier storms there. Otherwise, the trend is for drier weather. There's a cold front back to the west, so still some clouds. It's going to take a little while for this front to get through as we're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Winds still out of the south, but they'll swing around to the west and dry out later today. So your golf game, not bad. I'll call it fair. We've got some showers, kind of wet greens and fairways this morning, then sunshine this afternoon. A beautiful afternoon and evening for golf and a high of 87.
Happening today, you can make your voice heard in a meeting about future recreational spaces. DENREC is discussing their 5-year plan, a public meeting taking place at 5 p.m. at the Georgetown Public Library. There'll be another one held July 2nd at 5 p.m. That one will be at the South Coastal Library. DENREC's going to review their plans for future recreational spaces and recommend improvements on existing spaces.
This playground in Lewis is set to receive a bit of a makeover, upwards of $400,000. The goal of the project is to enhance safety and accessibility. Some concerns about safety at the current park were emphasized by observations from city officials who advocated for repairs due to reported hazards. One person we spoke with thinks the replacement project will keep kids healthy.
Redoing those playgrounds is everything for those kids. It's going to make them have a more safe environment to play at.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. In the first round of the NBA draft last night, the Philadelphia 76ers, with the 16th pick, selecting Jared McCain from Duke. He averaged 14 points while shooting 46% from the floor. The freshman All-American was also selected to the NCAA South Regional All-Tournament team. In his lone year with the Blue Devils, he joins Embiid and Maxey in hopes to build a championship run. In Little League Baseball, All-Stars District 8 elimination game between West Salisbury and Delmar. We start in the second. Already 5-0 West Salisbury, and Austin Justice grounds it back to the pitcher. The out is made, but it brings in a run from third to make it 6-0 West Salisbury. On the mound, Braden Wood rolled for West Salisbury. Gets a swing and a miss for one of a couple second inning strikeouts for the righty. On to the third. Now 6-2 West Salisbury, but Nathan Jackson comes through for Delmar. He rips a single the opposite way and brings home a pair of runs. That makes it 6-4 on the clutch swing. But the group in black and red came right back. Check out this sequence. Clara Simpkins swipes second base, and then the throw goes into center field. So Simpkins darts for third, and the throw is offline again. It's a sprint for the plate, and it adds onto the lead. Unfortunately, a storm would roll in and called this game in the 5th inning. In the end, West Salisbury moves on with a 9-4 victory. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Hello. Weather-wise, we're looking at, I was just transfixed by the Feel Good Friday newsletter. And also this floating buoy out here off this jetty. Boardwalk Pleasant Camp, 71 degrees right now. We're looking at the rain ending, and beautiful conditions will follow this afternoon. A nice Friday, and then the weekend looking kind of muggy. I'll look at that. Rainfall totals and storm damage reports from last night coming up next.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Check out Preston Ford's 4th of July sales event and see why everyone is saying cars cost less in Preston. This 4th of July, you could save over $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Ford F-150 XLT. We have a wide selection of over 900 Ford models available for immediate purchase. Shop with us online at PrestonFord.com and we'll deliver it to your driveway today. The 4th of July sales event is the time to get your best deal at Preston Ford. Remember, cars cost less in Preston.
Ollie days are here again. The Bargain King is your best friend.
Folks, the cheap just got cheaper. At Ollie's, everything in our store is 15% off. And we mean everything. Hurry in. Ollie Days absolutely ends Sunday, June 30th. Ollies.us.
Ollie! Good stuff, cheap!
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's Coast with Petey the Peacock, sharing joy coast-wide. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Sponsored by Tidal Health.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Coastal Comfort knows there's no place like home. It's where we can be totally comfortable. Totally comfortable being ourselves, making a mess, making improvements, making strides, making memories with those we love. Totally. Big or small, at the beach, or on the farm, all along the Eastern Shore. It's home, and Coastal Comfort is always here to keep you totally comfortable.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's now 6:45 on your Thursday. We're going to take a live look at Rehoboth. I'm hoping the sun is up and kind of, right, Bob? It's up, but a couple clouds.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we have the overcast sky still, but we see the brightening on the horizon page, and the sun is up. Folks already getting their seats, their front row seats at the beach. You know, it's going to be a nice beach day. It's going to take a little while to get through the clouds, but we had the rain last night, and boy, did we need it. And a good soaking. Bethany Beach, almost 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches in Delmar. Dagsboro, 1.19. Harbison, 0.61. A 1/2 inch in Georgetown, and Seaford, 4,800ths. But, you know, we have the good and we have the bad. We have the wind damage and also some sporadic power outages near Salisbury. Thunderstorm wind damage near Hebron, and we had that between Hebron and northern Salisbury with a few trees down there. And then in Salisbury itself, law enforcement reported a tree down across the intersection of Merritt Mill Road and Old Ocean City Road in Salisbury. So watch out for some debris on the road there. West of Pittsville, we had power lines reported down on a road in Parsonburg, and then in Delaware, in Frankfort, down on 113, a tree down on wires. So watch out for that. Also some ponding on the roads. But the steady rain is over. This is the radar replay. We had the rain last night, the soaking rain, some really strong winds too, and vivid lightning. But now that's all gone. We're just mostly cloudy. Maybe still a stray sprinkle out there, but for the most part, the steady rain is over. Still some lingering showers near Salisbury and south and east of there, and the eastern shore is quiet right now. But the southern tip of Delmarva towards the bridge tunnel into the Norfolk area, you're still seeing some showers and thunderstorms down there, but those are moving offshore, and we're all starting to dry out. There's a cold front back to the west, slow in getting here, so we're still dealing with some clouds, and once it comes through, winds shift to the west and northwest will dry it out. There's our clearing line through West Virginia into Pennsylvania, so it'll take a little while to get here, but once we clear out, it'll start to get really nice. Out the door, lower 70s temperature-wise. Wind still out of the south. They'll switch to the west and northwest later on. So still a few lingering showers this morning, but watch for the wet roads and puddles. Mostly cloudy mid-morning, and then a slow rise in temperatures by noon, close to 80 degrees. Then we really clear out mid-afternoon into the evening. That's when we warm up into the mid-80s, 70s at the beaches. And then through the overnight, we're dropping into the 60s. Winds do switch to the east and northeast, and a cooler Friday. A beautiful day, though. Lots of sunshine, comfortable. A lot of us not getting out of the 70s, maybe getting up near 80 well inland, but along the coast, even cooler 70s. And then eventually those winds start to turn to the south on Saturday. We increase the humidity. It gets muggy, and then into the afternoon, mid-80s. But I think for the most part, we keep it dry. I think we're looking at a better chance of showers as we move into Sunday. Here's 2:30, some showers there, and I still think we're looking at lingering rain, maybe into very early Monday. So looks like another round of rain for the second half of the weekend. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. More sunshine this afternoon, 87. 80 on Friday, beautiful day. And then it gets muggy into the weekend, 87 Saturday. Maybe a stray shower, better chance of those storms on Sunday, up to 90. And then a gorgeous start to early next week as we're leading up to the 4th of July. Lower 80s Monday and Tuesday, and then up to 87 on Wednesday, 87. And the 4th does look hotter, 92, and partly cloudy and dry as of now.
So much. Now something that will have a big impact on the marijuana business in the state of Delaware. Delaware lawmakers announced the approval of House Bill 355. It clarifies banks providing financial services to legal cannabis businesses is lawful under Delaware state law. The bill now waits for Governor Carney's approval.
And Delaware has received a $1.3 million grant. This is from the Innovative Nutrient and Sediment Reduction Program. The grant was matched by a $1.7 million contribution, so the total there, over $3 million. What this will do, it's going to be used to improve the water quality in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. This program also supports local conservation efforts.
It's now 6:50 this morning. We're going to check back in with our coastal pets of the day.
Pets, plural, and we are talking about Hamish and Aiden watching TV. We'd love to know what their favorite show is. Maybe Coast Live, Coast TV News Today, one of those.
Trying to see what they're watching.
Yeah, although we do recommend, hey, maybe take a step back or two. You don't want to hurt your eyes there. These two pups were submitted to us by Tom and Doug. They live in Rehoboth Beach.
Thank you for sending us that photo. We want to keep seeing everyone's pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos and telling us what makes them special.
Got the QR code at the top of your screen. That way you can submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Happy Thursday, Delmarva. Here's what's happening today at 4 on Coast Life.
Because it's Thursday, we've got some family drama and some delicious tea to spill.
And you are getting ready for the 4th of July. You need all the best red, white, and blue stuff, and you can get it all somewhere very special.
We're also celebrating the winners of the recent margarita crawl in Rehoboth Beach and some other tasty treats that you can get at somewhere.
All that and more today at 4 on Coast Life. Has it been a rough week? You can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. There's personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and a whole lot more. So to lighten up your week, all you got to do, subscribe to Coast TV Feel Good Friday. Sign up for free, coasttv.com/sign up. It's that easy. You'll get your weekly dose of joy sent directly to your inbox.
And a cool looking shot of Laurel right now. I've just seen some low clouds floating past the camera. Looks like some blue skies out there, so we're starting to clear up slowly but surely. Saw the rain this morning and then the sunshine this afternoon, and to end the week it will be great. Then a muggy weekend with some showers, and your 10-day forecast looking good leading up to the 4th of July. I'll have that coming up after the break.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Jeep lovers, get ready for the Summer Jeep Fest at Pohanka Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get incredible discounts on every remaining 2023 model in stock, like over $10,000 in lease incentives or 20% below MSRP, and no payments for 90 days. There will be Jeeps galore, food trucks, fire trucks, and fun for the whole family. Make this the summer event you don't miss. It's all happening this Saturday. It's the Summer Jeep Fest at Pohanka Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Salisbury.
My baby drives a Pohanka.
Well, this is it, Ryan. What do you think? Impressive, Pat.
Ryan Seacrest is getting ready to take the wheel.
I think what you're going to enjoy most is meeting the players and getting to know the audience at home.
And people feel like they know you, even though they've never met you before.
Because we play ourselves on TV, not a character.
This is what you're like in real life, in the wild?
Well, not dressed like this.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune on Coast TV.
Join Salisbury PFLAG and Salisbury Allies to celebrate kindness, love, diversity, and inclusion at the Salisbury Pride Festival and Parade, Saturday, June 29th in downtown Salisbury. Enjoy entertainment, exhibits, food, drinks, performances of an eclectic lineup of local talent, and more. Plus, join renowned drag queen, cabaret performer, and Grand Marshal Magnolia Applebottom for the parade that kicks off at 3 p.m. Visit SalisburyPrideParade.com for more info.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. Coast TV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
6:54, it's time for some things you need to know before you go. Delaware Attorney General's office found Rehoboth Beach did violate the Freedom of Information Act during the hiring process of new city manager Taylour Tedder. According to their decision, the city violated the act by discussing the city manager's contract and compensation package in an executive session that is not open to the public. The FOIA complaint was initially filed in mid-June by concerned people there who argued that the city charter requirements for the position were not fulfilled with Tedder's hire.
Today's presidential debate let's remind you of some of the rules that will take place. They're a bit different this year. First of the two debates will last 90 minutes. Microphones will be muted, and there'll be no live studio audience, and the moderators are noted Trump critics Jake Tapper and Dana Bash.
8 people are dead after falling victim to rip currents in just a span of 4 days. This happened off Florida's east coast. Rip currents are powerful channels of water that move away from the shore. And if you're trapped in one, experts say to stay calm, try to signal a lifeguard. They also suggest trying to float, swim parallel to the shore, and returning to the beach at an angle.
Dewey Beach's police chief says there will be more officers enforcing speed limits. This comes during Dewey Beach's busy season. And coincidentally, just this past Monday, there was a multi-car collision on Route 1 right outside Grotto Pizza on Reed Avenue. Left an SUV overturned at that intersection. Officers say they're also going to promote the proper use of crosswalks.
I love this one. The 2024 Gerber baby's been chosen.
All right, so it is Akil McLeod.
Nice.
That is the name. It's also known as Sonny.
Cute. We're going to take a look at Sonny right now. 1-year-old from Arizona, loves reading his squishy ABC books. Oh, and he likes watching football with his family.
Yeah, the company says Sonny's smile. That's what captured their hearts. So that is the face that will be seen on Gerber's marketing campaigns and social media channels this year.
Well-deserved, Sonny. You are so cute. All right, 6:56. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, we have one final check with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey.
And guys, it was so good to see that rain last night. It took the edge off the heat and eased our water problems for a little while. So I think those lawns will look a little greener, a little happier this morning. But watch out for puddles and some water on the roads and maybe even some debris down in the Salisbury area from that wind damage. Otherwise, some peaks of sun as we go through the morning and temperatures warming through the 70s. Still some clouds around the noon hour, then a better chance of sun later in the day. And I think we'll see highs into the mid-80s. Wind shift to the northwest and the humidity levels will drop as well. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Friday is looking like the best day of them all. Around 80 degrees with low humidity and lots of sunshine that we get into the weekend. Bring back the humidity. I think Saturday for the most part is dry. Maybe a stray shower, 87. 90 on Sunday, a better chance of showers and storms. Those can linger into early Monday. Otherwise, Monday and Tuesday looking great, lower 80s, and leading up to the 4th, warming up, 87 Wednesday, and for the 4th of July itself around 92. Can't promise a totally dry holiday weekend. Looks like maybe a better chance of storms by Friday into Saturday, but I'll continue to fine-tune that forecast as we get closer.
All right, Bob. Yeah, we've seen worse. Thank you. All right, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And we'll be back with Coast TV Midday at 11, so stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.